Hey, what's up, everybody? The Ice Caverns, God of War Ascension, Titan difficulty mode. There's going to be some boards we're going to have to smash on our ride on top of this snake here. Pretty cool serpent ride here. These guys are the guys with body armor, so you're going to have to, if you've been grabbing enemies heretofore, you are not going to be able to be very comfortable here until you take these guys' body armor off. It's not that hard. You don't need to smash the boards unless you get a set that needs to be smashed. Like this one's half a board here. You don't need to smash it. The enemies are not going to get trapped and die on them by getting pushed off or anything. But this is not too hard, and there's checkpoints all over the place. I was just thinking to myself, how hard is this game? How easy is this game? It's not hard. It's not hard whatsoever. There's one hard part in this game, but it's going to be patched because people were complaining. You know what? Even God of War 3 it came out in 2010, and you would expect God of War 3 to not be hard, but that game is fucking hard on Chaos Mode. Even for a God of War veteran like myself, who's beat every God of War game on the hardest setting. And when I say that, I also mean the PSP versions that came out 2 Septembers ago. I said the wrong September last time, but when I say that, I'm not bragging. By the way, you have to wait here for the ice to thaw off these when you go on here. But when I say that I beat all the games, I just want to let everybody know where I'm coming from. Yeah, God of War 1 through 3 really hard. God of War every God of War. It's just this one that's not that hard, and I don't think we'll ever see any God of War games be hard from this point forward, because people are just going to be complaining and then they'll have to patch it. It's just like Todd Pappy's going to have to patch the shit because people were complaining on his Twitter account. And it's just, when I say that, it's just even having beat God of War 3 on Chaos Mode about 5 times, there are parts in God of War 3 where after I beat it, I just there's sweat on my forehead. I'm fucking thank God that's over with. And I don't think there's any parts in this game that even come close to that, except maybe that trial of Archimedes. But by the time I get there, it's going to be patched. And I'm not going to apply the patch, I decided. But yeah, it's just because there's going to be a boss fight in this game. But God of War 1, that game never really challenged me until the boss fights with Ares, and everything else was pretty simple. But God of War 2, they really hiked the difficulty up. I mean, the Theseus boss fight, the Loom Chamber boss fight, the Cerberus and Juggernaut boss fight, the Protect the Translator sequence. All of these sequences they're so difficult, and they traumatize people. That's why they're so memorable, because people they get psychologically traumatized by these things because they try to beat them, and hopefully you succeed, but it's something that you got to practice your ass off to beat. And even God of War 3, they really didn't have much mercy for you either. There's a lot of hard parts in that game. The Cerberus boss fight, the Cerberus and Satyr boss fights, even Zeus on Chaos Mode. He's pretty tough. He really is. And some of those armored Minotaur fights when you're on the cubes, and I remember that sequence is really hard. When the armored Minotaurs are slashing at the chains, they're trying to take you down with them. It's really, really hard. And it's just this game. I'm not dissing this game, because the way I play, I try to infuse a little bit of artificial difficulty into the game while I play this, because I know a lot of these encounters I could just spam the grab attack if I wanted to. Not here, I couldn't, because these guys are armored, but I know if I wanted to use the Plume of Prometheus a lot or use magic a lot, I could. There's always a way out. But so yeah. But in the other God of War games, I would not infuse that artificial difficulty, because they're so damn hard. But this is not hard. But I just wanted to say that, because I didn't want to say it in the beginning of these videos. I don't want to draw anybody off, but yeah, it's just it's weird. It's kind of odd. Maybe I don't know, because this is a kind of like an odd game that it's not really in the numerical canon of the games. It's you know, it's got a subtitle on it, and none of the other games, save for the Chains of Olympus, yeah, like Chains of Olympus, and those had subtitles, but I mean, like what am I trying to say? I don't even know. I lost my train of thought. Like, okay, so we need to get to the top there. And okay, I apologize for the silence right there. I hope the silence in these guides isn't something you enjoy, because that means that you probably don't want commentary. Oh, by the way, go to the right here, and this is an artifact, the only one on this stage, and it's not going to pop up for some reason, but I'm going to go to the menu and just show you what it is. It's the Oracle's, what is it? The Oracle Seeker's Offering. So that's what that one is right there. So make sure you pick that up. The chest to the left is the one we've already got, so we can't pick it up. But when I played this boss fight on hard mode, I thought to myself that I would probably be pretty challenged on this boss fight on Titan mode. But I got to tell you guys, I honestly was not challenged. The only thing about this fight that's coming up is that it took me a while. I'm not going to say that I didn't breeze through it, but when I don't feel that I'm doing well, I'll just constantly restart until I'm doing really well, and I'm just satisfied in what I'm getting as a result in my gameplay. Like, if he's burning me up like the first few minutes, I don't want to have that on my guide. But we have a boss fight up here. He's called the Manticore, and it's a pretty nice boss fight. It's really, this whole setting is beautiful. It really is, and I love this platform that we fight this boss fight on. So you see the Manticore right there. The only thing that might give you guys some problems on this fight is that there's no checkpoint in between the two phases of the fight. But I gotta be honest with you, you're not really gonna need a checkpoint. I mean, you really aren't. So the fight's going to ensue in a moment here, and what you want to do is just evade. It's pretty simple. I mean, he's in the air. You don't really want to mess around with just jumping and tapping the triangle button. I mean, you could do it. I do it, I think, a couple times maybe. But you just need to go up to him and just hit him a couple times, and then just dodge, and just kind of wait for him to do his dash across the screen, and then he will come down eventually. That can be blocked right there. If you have like a sub weapon, if it's one of like the club, the club takes a long time for you to recover and then block again. So that's another thing. I don't think there's any attack that this guy can do that you can't block. I mean, he will start breathing fire in the next phase. That's unblockable. You see that attack right there? It looks like you're getting damage, but you're not. You're not getting damage whatsoever. Also, don't stand in the fire. You see these columns of fire on the ground? There's no animation to show that you're getting damaged, but trust me, your health bar will go down pretty quick. This is just a really epic fight. It really is. So once we get him to the halfway point, we're going to be doing I think it's called the Manticore mini game. So I would recommend just be patient here. If you don't hit him very quickly, he'll fly up again. But that old cliche about patience being a virtue, it really is. If you're just patient a lot of times in these games, you're going to be fine. So I did the rage attack right there, ignited a charge in him, and he went down. Now here's the Manticore minigame. This is really fun. I'm glad they started doing this in the games. It's just so enjoyable. And once you have the hang of it, it's so cool, because you know that you could probably just do it without getting hit. The second mini game is one you got to watch out for too, but I'll get you around it. So we took one of his wings off here, right? So now he can't fly anymore, but he's going to summon lackeys, of course, right? Every boss has to have help, even a guy with one wing here. So he's going to summon some helpers. He didn't summon them as quickly as he normally does. I think that the reason for that was because I was hitting him a lot. But you see the fire that he breathed right there? Obviously, you don't want to stand in the middle of that. You can't block or parry it. So here I'm just kind of waiting for him to spawn his helpers here, his lackeys. These guys, they also breathe fire, but these guys are completely grabbable enemies, so don't worry whatsoever about that. Just kind of, he's not really going to bother you too much as long as you're, you got all your iframes and stuff like that. You're going to be completely invincible. If you don't kill him, he's going to summon more lackeys, but you should be able to kill him before he summons another set of lackeys. If not, don't worry about it. I think he may even have summoned some more lackeys because I wasn't rushing here. I knew there was no checkpoint, and I love that. I love that fucking uncancelable L1 plus square attack. I wish you could disable some moves in this game. In God of War, I just really, every time I play God of War, I'm always complaining, whether it's the Athena's Wrath move, which is not an issue in this game for once. For once, that move is not an issue, but I did a rant in one of my God of War 2 videos about that move. It may be an issue, I'm not sure. If it is, I'll definitely point it out, but you see here, he summoned two more helpers. Why do bosses need lackeys? It's just like, God, ever since that Doku boss fight in Ninja Gaiden, it's just like, so used to bosses just needing help. A boss should just be a boss. Come on, man. Anyway, so I guess, he needed some help from his family since he got one of his wings taken off. So you gotta love that. You really gotta love that. That pisses me off so much when I do that move. And everybody can relate to, I'm sure. Okay, so anyway, here he goes. This is a second Manticore minigame, and if you fail this, you're dead. You gotta start all over. But just watch out for when you see when his tail rears up, that's your cue to move left or right. You get ample time. And it's not very responsive either, but as long as you're pressing the left analog stick, left or right, you don't get damaged, so it's very fair. But there you go, eat that bitch.